Welcome into another edition of the Old Kosher Cowboy Show, folks. I'm your host, Rick Fryfield, and with me is someone that I've been wanting to get on the show since the last time he did it, some 20 years ago. I'm talking about Jacksonville's foremost steel player, Chet Gibson. How you doing today,
Rick? Good to see
I'm doing fine. Listen, a lot of people don't know your musical history. You started out playing, matter of fact, one of Harold Perry's steel guitars years ago, didn't you?
That's right. He built me my first steel guitar, and I was 16 years old. Harold built the first pedal steels in Jacksonville, Florida, and he built my first steel guitar, and I was 16 years old.
And that's how you started. Who actually was some of your influences? Somebody in town had to play steel and that you've listened to and wanted to learn how to play?
My mother found out there was a fireman on the beach called Bill Eccles, which is long deceased and a good friend of mine, and he played a Gibson 88 that he ground the bottom out of it, put pedals on it, and from there, actually the first thing I ever saw was Don Warren playing a steel guitar on the Porter Wagner show. And I was enhanced, and I loved the music, and I said, Dad, I want to learn how to play one of those, and my mother helped me. And come here, Harold, come here. I want everybody to see the man that started me out on the pedal steel guitar. You need to look at the camera. That's what we're doing here.
Because I understand Chet was just saying that you built Chet's first steel guitar.
Yeah, I sure did.
Out of what?
Out of wood.
Out of wood.
Out of wood.
Out of aluminum.
Me, you know, us three go back
A long way.
We have played
Too long.
We have played some skull orchards.
Yeah, we've been there and done that, and my buddy here, Harold Perry, is responsible for destroying my life in the music business. But now I will say where I met Harold, me and Harold saw Merle Haggard with a station wagon now, Fuzzy Owens playing a steel, right, at Jacksonville Beach Coliseum. And that's when I met you, right?
Right.
And we were standing there, and I said, I'd sure like to have one of those. You said, well, I sure will build you one.
Yeah.
So that's where it started, right, Harold?
You're about 15 years old.
And I was 15 years old when I started playing steel guitar. And
One thing that you guys have in common that I can't fathom. You guys have had more ex-wives than anybody in town.
No, I don't beat Harold. No one beats Harold Perry when it comes to the longevity of ex-wives. But see, you got to say something for Harold. He's still alive after all those ex-wives.
Another thing you didn't know, me and Harold Perry were in the construction business for one day. He said, Fryfield, you need to get off your butt and go to work for me. We had a sheetrock construction business. I worked for him about half an hour. Said, I can't do this anymore.
Well, Rick, I got a question for you. Of all the acts and stars you take to Nashville, when are you going to take me up to do a session?
You know, anytime. The door is always open for somebody. We call this man Bubble Fingers. We do. And the reason is because he's been playing steel so long, they're just kind of swollen, and this man can play. But I want the people out there to know just some of the big acts you played for in your life.
Well, I was Mo Bandy's first steel guitar player, and I worked on the Louisiana Hayride, the new Louisiana Hayride, Stonewall Jackson, and I worked for a lot of the big acts on the Opry, filled in with a lot of stars, and Claude King, Wolverton Mountain. So, yeah, I've been out there and done that a little bit and had a lot of fun, met a lot of good people, and I don't regret any of it.
How was your experience playing with Jean Shepherd? She's one of the greatest country singers I've ever heard.
Jeannie was just a very nice person, very, very well-mannered, good people, and just nice to work with, just great people.
So now what's in your future? Are you playing guitar anymore? Or are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm still doing session work. We enjoyed all this. Thank you very much.
Chet Gibson, the great Chet Gibson, Jacksonville's foremost steel player. Thank you.